So DevOps is nothing but it is the combination of two terms. One is developer, software developer, and second one is the IT operation. Okay, so whenever we are merging these two major terms, that is software developer and IT operation, it is treated as a DevOps. Okay, so say if we are treating them as an individual entity, we might have some longer process and some difficulties in some illusion. Okay, but if we are able to merge them together, we can easily get some advantages. We can easily have some efficiency. So that is why it is useful nowadays. So let's see what are the things we are going to learn in this unit. So these are the contents. Actually, there are so many lists, but don't worry, the chapter is small. Problem case definition, benefits of fixing application development challenge. After that, DevOps of adoption approach. After that, solution dimension. Then after we'll see that what actually the meaning of DevOps. Okay. After that, principle and practice. Then after 7C of DevOps. After that, DevOps and continuous testing. So the same approach we are going to apply on testing, on agility, on implementation, in short at everywhere, right? Just to see how it will be beneficial. Okay. So let's see one by one. The first thing is without DevOps. Like what are the things we are managing without the DevOps? How application development and maintenance carried out. After that, different challenges, and after that example of share market and trading. Okay. So without DevOps, what was the scenario? So the major four on entities and their working we are going to illustrate. One is software development team. So it required to produce code with while not having a chance to know how it behaves and perform in production like system, how customer feel out about it, how it matches with actual need. So say if software development team is not knowing various operation on the same development, then everything we need to assume and according to that we need to work. After that, quality assurance team, so responsible to adhere to high quality standards very often blindly without being given all tools, resources and lacking of coverage. Okay, so if quality assurance team we are assuming without this combination of developer and operation, then we might not have clear idea about at in which quality we need to focus right at time. After that, system engineering team. So effectively IT operation team, it is also called as a IT operation team. Whatever is given to ship in production, make sure it runs. If it doesn't, hack into it somehow. For example, deploy and pray. Okay. So if we are not having a good idea, good tools and technology with that, it may possible that whatever work we had carried out, it may be good. So in this all three major dimension, the middle term is vaulting. So vaulting that means this is a space between representing confusion, misalignment and stress. So if we are merging these three things like software development, system engineering, and quality assurance together, it is nothing but the similar scenario of the DevOps, right? Where we can easily merge all together and we'll have just betterment on this whole team scenario. Okay, fine. So see, without DevOps, painful deployment, application restarts, load balancer work arounds, poor performance, difficult to find and diagnose the error. Okay, so see, this is called as a wall of confusion. Previously, it is wall of team, where we are not having team. Here it is like wall of confusion between developers and the operation team. Like developers is saying that I want some change. Operation IT operations are saying that I want stability. So it is like wall of confusion which we'll try to discover and remove with help of this DevOps. So here they have given one example of share market and trading. So one thing that we are having, that is requirement analysis and design. After that coding, after that testing, and after that deployment. Okay. So in the analysis and designing part, we are having like requirements, then after coding, then after previous environment, if we are provisional environment which is temporary, after the deployment. From the deployment we'll start to have the monitoring. Now meanwhile, if we are getting defects, then we are again doing the designing. Same way over here, after coding, coding can be reviewed. On that we are performing some testing during implementation phase. After that we are building the final one. At the time of testing, once it is done, we'll deploy. We'll have integration testing as that we are forwarding after the completion of implementation. On that we are performing functional testing, then after user acceptable testing and performance testing. And once we are done with the deployment, we'll start the monitoring the same. So these many phases we need to cover whenever we want to explore any single example event. Okay, so it is quite tedious task. You may note it down this example. It is quite interesting. Okay, so just note it down once. Okay, fine. And the next is problem case definition. So how you can write down various problems which we are generally facing if we are not having this DevOps scenario. The first one is dependency individual team. Every time we need to measure the dependency level. Likewise, we are able to work in the team. Deployment process starts market closer. So whenever we are starting the deployment, at that time we may get such type of scenario. Quality is concerned at most of stages in the development. That is also true. Multiple environment takes long time required in advanced planning. Okay, so this is also true because we are working in the multiple environments. After that, traceability of requirement, and the last one is the repeatability of testing cycle is very costly because if we are getting the same or error on a time period on different time interval, then we may need to trace the same thing again and again, which is quite costly. Okay. So benefit of fixing application development changes. So different benefits here I had written. First is time to market. That means how quickly it will change when demand certain functionality. So at that time we can fix this problem by emerging the same with our market. After that implementation cost, can we reduce this implementation cost? This is also one of the challenge by reducing development cost. Quality, deliverable product quality. Okay. After that, the approach which we are using through this assessment. Okay. So say for example in DevOps, if we are starting with this define, then after define we'll start implementation. After that we'll measure various solution and efficiency. The same feedback we are transferring and later on we are accessing the same approach. So this is how DevOps adoption of that DevOps is adapting during this entire method of assessment. Now here they have written that solution dimension, that on which module or on which dimension DevOps can work for the betterment. So first one is various processes, second one is on various tools, and third one is architecture and technology. So these are the phases on which DevOps can start their work. Now, what is DevOps? After that, we'll start its actual working. So, see, as I had said, DevOps is a culture which promote collaboration between developer and operation team to deploy code to production faster and an automated and repeatable way. So, are you clear again that DevOps is nothing but the combination of various software developer as well as combination of various um, IT operations. Okay, so the word DevOps is a combination of development and operation. DevOps helps to increase an organization's speed to deliver application and service. So this is the working. You may recall in the 1 mark question. Okay, it increases organization speed to deliver application and service. After that, it allows organization to serve their customer better and compete more strongly in the market. In simple word, DevOps can be defined as an alignment of development and IT operation with better communication and collaboration. So these two things we are collectively getting. The first one is communication and second one is collaboration. Okay, is it fine? After that, what is DevOps? So here you can see, here we are having developer and tester. Here we are having various IT operations. So if we are merging these two things, it is treated as a DevOps. Okay. So why we need? So see here we had defined the previous scenario that before DevOps, the development and operation team worked in complete isolation. That they are not having team together. Okay, so they are working in the isolation manner. Testing and deployment were isolated activities done af- after design the building. Hence, they consume more time than actual build cycle. Why? Because they are not working together. Otherwise, they might require lesser time. So, without using DevOps, team members are spreading a large amount of their time in testing, deploying, and designing instead of building the project. So manual code deployment leads to human error in production. Okay. So coding and operation team have their separate timeline and are not in sync causing further delays. Okay. So the major drawback before DevOps is that we are working in the isolate manner. So every module is requiring so much time. Safe will provide the scenario like DevOps. We might have some lesser time as everything we are running in the sharing manner. Okay. After that, why is so see DevOps allowed agile development team to implement continuous integration and continuous delivery. This help them to launch product faster into the market. Okay. So, as it is using agile technology, it will be beneficial whenever we are launching and we are performing the testing. Other important reason that here they have shown, the first one is predictability. These words you need to remember, okay? After that, reproducibility, maintainability, time to market, further greater quality, reduced risk, resiliency, cost efficiency, break larger core base into the small pieces. So these 9 points you need to remember as a requirement of DevOps. First, just note it down. Note it down. Okay, so I hope you had noted down this. Let's keep up to this and I will take your attendance. Okay, so say yes if you are present. Sorry, let's start in a reverse. Tell me your enrollment number, okay? Is today's students are less, so we'll take in a reverse manner. Abhiraj,
Yes, ma'am. Enrollment number one.
okay. Akhilesh, Amit,
Present, ma'am, Amit.
tell me number everyone. Amit,
Yes, ma'am, Akhilesh. 03.
Ma'am, Amit, 06.
okay. Ankit,
Present, ma'am. 07.
Ashish,
Yes, ma'am. 09.
Astha,
Yes, ma'am, 25.
okay. Bajrang,
Yes, ma'am. Bajrang 10, 19 6 10.
okay. Bhumika, Chinmay,
Yes, ma'am. 15 number.
okay. Dev,
Yes, ma'am. 509.
okay. Diksha,
69 present.
okay. Divyanshu,
Yes, ma'am, 17.
okay. Gagan,
Present, ma'am. 18.
Harsh,
Yes, ma'am. 67.
Hina,
Present, ma'am, 21.
okay. Jai Kishan,
Yes, ma'am. 27.
Karthik,
Yes, ma'am. 44.
Kinjal,
Yes, ma'am. 502.
okay. Krish,
Yes, ma'am. 38 present.
Krishna,
Yes, ma'am. 62.
okay. Mananjay,
Present, ma'am. 36.
okay. Milan,
Yes, ma'am. 63.
okay. Nirali,
Present, ma'am.
Nirali Sakparya, what is your number?
57.
Rajiv, I'm not getting your number, Rajiv.
Ma'am, 49.
Okay. Rinku,
Present, ma'am. 54.
Sachin, Shelby,
26, madam.
okay. Shravan,
Present, ma'am. 60.
Shreya,
Yes, ma'am. 61.
Stuti,
Yes, ma'am. 75.
Sunil,
Yes, ma'am. 66.
Umang,
Yes, ma'am.
Umang
41.
Kumar. Okay. And Umang Kumar,
Yes, present, ma'am. Umang Kumar.
number please.
70.
Urvisha,
Yes, ma'am. 48.
Vensi,
Yes, ma'am. 23.
Vicky Vinayak,
Present, ma'am. 73.
Yash Thanki. Yash, I'm not getting your number. Just write down. Zenith.
Yes, ma'am. 71.
Okay. Thank you, everyone. You all can live.
Ma'am, 29.